What if the secret to a happy relationship wasn't just love or attraction, but the way you and your partner handle money? Imagine this. Two people completely in love, but one thinks a credit card is free money while the other saves every single penny. How long before sparks turn into fights? Today, we are diving into something most couples never really talk about until it is too late. This is the ultimate guide to money and relationships. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see exactly why money can make or break your relationship, and how you can avoid the mistakes that silently destroy so many couples. Number 1. Why money and love are deeply connected. When couples fight, it's often not about chores, in-laws, or even who left the dishes in the sink. Research shows that money is the number one cause of stress in relationships. Why? Because money represents security, power, and even personal values. For example, if one partner grew up poor, they may cling to every dollar as a safety net. If the other partner grew up wealthy, they may see money as a tool for enjoyment. Both perspectives make sense, but when they clash, the relationship suffers. Think of it like driving a car with one person pressing the gas while the other presses the brake. You won't get far until you decide who is steering. Number 2. The hidden money personalities. Everyone has a money personality, even if they don't know it. Some are spenders who love treating themselves and others. Some are savers who get nervous if the bank balance drops below a certain point. Some are avoiders who never want to think about money. And then there are investors who see every dollar as a seed that can grow. Here's the catch. When two different money personalities fall in love, sparks fly at first, but conflict builds later. Imagine a saver married to a spender. Date nights are fun, but when it comes time to plan for a mortgage, things get messy. That's why step 1 is simply to identify your money personality. Once you know, you can talk about it with your partner instead of fighting about it blindly. Number 3. Talking about money without killing the mood. Most couples avoid money conversations because they fear conflict. But avoiding the talk only makes the problem worse. The key is timing. Don't bring up budgeting while you're both exhausted at 11 p.m. Instead, pick a calm moment. Call it a money date. Order pizza, pour a drink, and sit together with your bank statements. Frame the conversation around shared goals, not accusations. Instead of saying, "You spend too much," say, "How can we save more for the trip we both want?" This turns a tense conversation into teamwork. One couple I coached did this once a month. Within a year, they had saved enough for a dream vacation without feeling deprived. Number 4. Setting shared financial goals. A relationship without shared financial goals is like a ship without a map. You might sail, but you'll drift aimlessly. Start small. Ask, where do we want to be in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? Maybe it's owning a home, starting a business, or retiring early. For example, one couple decided their goal was to save $20,000 for a down payment within 3 years. They created a joint savings account, and both contributed monthly. Every time they checked the balance, it felt like teamwork paying off. Goals give money purpose, and purpose keeps couples united. Number 5. The joint account. Debate. Should couples combine their money or keep it separate? There's no single answer. Some couples swear by joint accounts for everything. Others prefer separate accounts to keep independence. Many do a hybrid. One joint account for bills and savings, plus personal accounts for individual spending. For example, imagine both partners putting 70% of their paycheck into the joint account and keeping 30% for themselves. This way, bills are covered, savings grow, and nobody feels restricted. The right answer is what reduces tension in your home. Just be sure you both know where the money is going. Number 6. Tackling debt together. Debt can feel like a third person in your relationship. Whether it's student loans, medical bills, or credit cards, ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. Be honest about what you owe. Write it all down. Amounts, interest rates, and deadlines. Then make a plan. One couple I know had $40,000 in debt combined. Instead of blaming each other, they listed every debt and attacked the highest interest one first. Within 4 years, they were debt-free. The biggest lesson? When you fight the debt instead of each other, you build trust instead of resentment. Number 7. Emergency funds save marriages. life throws surprises, job loss, car repairs, medical bills. Without an emergency fund, those surprises turn into panic and blame. Financial experts suggest at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved. Even starting with $500 makes a huge difference. For example, imagine your car breaks down and you have $700 in your emergency fund. Instead of fighting about where to find the money, you calmly pay for the repair. That small cushion can prevent arguments and protect your peace of mind. Number 8. Splitting bills fairly. Here's a classic argument. Who pays what? Some couples split everything 50-50. Others pay based on income. For example, if one partner earns $4,000 a month and the other earns $2,000, splitting 50-50 might feel unfair. A fairer approach could be contributing the same percentage of income, say 30% each, to cover bills. This way, both feel they are pulling their weight without overburdening one partner. The secret is not equality, but fairness. Number 9. Money and family expectations. Relationships don't exist in a vacuum. Families often influence financial choices. Maybe your parents expect you to send money home, or your partner's family borrows frequently. These situations can cause silent resentment if not addressed. One couple constantly argued because the husband secretly sent $300 monthly to his parents. When it came out, the wife felt betrayed. The solution was transparency. They agreed to set aside a family support budget, so helping relatives wouldn't come at the cost of their marriage. Clear boundaries prevent outside pressure from tearing you apart. Number 10. Money and kids. Children add joy, but they also add costs. From diapers to college tuition, kids can create huge financial stress. The key is planning ahead. Start by saving in a separate account for education. Even $50 a month adds up over years. Talk about how you'll handle childcare, allowances, and extracurricular costs. For example, one couple created a kid fund where relatives' gifts of cash went directly into savings for future expenses. This reduced stress and avoided last-minute scrambles when big costs came up. Number 11. Financial infidelity. Yes, it exists. Financial infidelity is when one partner hides money, debt, or spending from the other. It can be as damaging as romantic infidelity because it breaks trust. Imagine discovering your spouse secretly racked up $15,000 in credit card debt. That's not just money, it's betrayal. The cure? Radical honesty. Make it a rule to never hide money decisions. If you mess up, confess quickly. Forgiveness is possible, but secrecy kills relationships. Number 12. Investing as a team. Once you've managed the basics, think bigger. Investing together builds wealth and unity. Start with retirement accounts like a 401k or IRA. If one partner has access through work, contribute enough to get the employer match. That's free money. Then explore other investments like index funds or real estate. One couple I know bought a small rental property together. They split the work and profits, and it not only grew their wealth, but also gave them a shared sense of achievement. Investing isn't just about money. It's about building a future together. Number 13. Celebrating financial wins. Money isn't only about stress and rules. Celebrate the victories. Paid off a credit card? Have a special dinner. Saved your first $1,000? Take a small trip. Celebrations make the journey fun. One couple even created a debt-free dance party in their living room when they paid off their student loans. It sounds silly, but joy fuels momentum. When you celebrate together, you stay motivated. Number 14. When to get professional help. Sometimes, despite best efforts, money fights keep happening. That's when a financial advisor or couples counselor can help. Think of it like going to a mechanic when your car keeps stalling. Professionals provide tools and strategies you may not see on your own. And remember, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Countless couples have saved both their money and their marriage this way. Number 15. Handling lifestyle differences. Sometimes, partners have different visions of what living well means. One may love luxury vacations while the other prefers budget road trips. These differences can cause tension if not addressed. The solution is compromise. For example, One couple decided they would do one luxury trip every 2 years and budget-friendly trips in between. This way, both partners felt satisfied without breaking the bank. Number 16. The role of transparency. Transparency is not just about big financial moves. It's also about the little ones. If one partner secretly buys coffee every morning, it may not seem like much, but those small amounts add up and can feel like dishonesty. Being open about even small purchases builds trust. A simple habit is to review monthly statements together. That way, nothing feels hidden and both partners stay in the loop. Number 17. Creating a budget that works for both. Budgeting often feels restrictive, but it doesn't have to be. Think of it as creating freedom instead of limits. The key is building a budget that reflects both personalities. For example, include categories for essentials like rent and food, but also have a fun budget for hobbies or entertainment. One couple I worked with set aside $200 monthly for fun spending. They didn't question how. The other used it, which eliminated arguments about small splurges. Number 18. Planning for retirement together. Retirement may feel far away, but it becomes much easier when planned as a team. Couples who plan early reduce future stress. Sit down and ask, where do we want to retire? What kind of lifestyle do we want? Maybe it's a beach house or a quiet cabin. Then calculate how much you'll need and start contributing to retirement accounts. Even putting $100 each month into an IRA can make a huge difference long term. Planning together ensures both visions of retirement align. Number 19. Balancing generosity and responsibility. Generosity is beautiful, but it can strain a relationship if not balanced with responsibility. Some people love giving gifts or donating money, while others feel nervous about spending. One partner may donate hundreds without discussing it. To avoid resentment, set a giving budget. For example, agree that up to 5% of income can go toward gifts or donations. This allows generosity without harming financial stability. Number 20. Handling income differences. In many relationships, one partner earns more than the other. This can create power imbalances if not handled carefully. The higher earner might feel they deserve more say, while the lower earner may feel guilty or resentful. The solution is to remember that income doesn't equal value. One couple handled this by pooling money for shared expenses, but each had equal votes on how to use it. This created balance and showed that contribution isn't just financial, it's emotional and practical too. Number 21. Protecting against financial disasters. Couples often overlook insurance, but it's essential. Health insurance, life insurance, and disability insurance protect both partners from financial ruin. Imagine one partner suddenly unable to work. Without insurance, the burden falls on the other. Having coverage in place removes the fear of what if. One couple told me that after getting life insurance, they slept better, knowing each would be financially protected no matter what. Number 22. Money and intimacy. Believe it or not, money can affect intimacy. Stress about bills or debt can spill over into the bedroom. When partners feel financially insecure, it often reduces connection. On the other hand, when couples feel financially stable, they often feel more relaxed and affectionate. Solving financial stress isn't just about numbers. It can reignite emotional and physical closeness too. Number 23. Financial independence inside a relationship. Even in healthy relationships, having some personal financial independence matters. It prevents feelings of being controlled. A simple way is for each partner to keep a personal allowance. For example, one couple agreed that each would keep $150 per month for anything they wanted, no questions asked. This freedom actually reduced arguments and strengthened their bond. Number 24. Long-term money check-ins. Relationships evolve, and so do finances. That's why couples need regular long-term check-ins. Every 6 months or every year, sit down and ask, are we still on track? Do our goals still match? Maybe a new baby, a job change, or even moving states can shift priorities. These check-ins prevent drifting apart financially. One couple started this tradition every New Year's Day, treating it like a fresh start for their money goals. Money and relationships are deeply connected, whether we admit it or not. If handled right, money can bring you closer than ever because it forces honesty, teamwork, and vision. If handled wrong, it can quietly tear you apart. The ultimate guide is simple. Talk openly, plan together, and celebrate progress. And here's the loop we opened at the start. Remember the couple with one spender and one saver. They didn't break up. They learned to combine their strengths. The spender added fun to life. The saver provided security, and together they build a life balanced with both. Now here's a question for you. Do you think couples should combine their money completely, or is it better to keep some separate?